this and that. Y'all know what time it is, man. El Naturino.
So what's up? What's up, Lawrence? How
What's
you today?
going on, man? We swinging bang like a Southside player do.
I know, always. You always swagged up. I see you on TikTok. I see you on Instagram promoting your collectively sustainable.
Come on, man.
You know, telling me all about this good Farm Fresh app and how to grow. You got workshop. Like you the man. You
Yes,
the
man.
man.
I'm trying to be.
In these agriculture streets.
I'm trying to be.
So, for those who don't know, tell me about you and your app, Farm Fresh 24/7.
Well, I am a urban farmer on the south side, Clayco and Riverdale.
Gotcha.
Farm Fresh 24/7 is basically something that we came up with because as farmers, we were problem solving and we couldn't really find a solution that fit with traditional agriculture.
Gotcha.
So we were trying to answer the call with our community that was looking for alternative, nutrient dense, ethically sourced foods that they could trust in and believe in. And we came up with the app in partnership with my partner Damian Legge, and basically we're trying to fill that gap. We created this app 5 years ago, and it's been a long time coming. Again, but with 2020, it kind of expedited things where people actually saw the instability in the food system, and so it even calls for even more of a dramatic response. So that's when our app really started to take shape. But our app is basically built to facilitate the building and sustaining of hyperlocal food systems, and that's hyperlocal as in within 50-mile radiuses, right? So if you go to the grocery store and you pick up something that says local grown, that can mean 400 miles.
Boom.
400 miles. So it's just a
closer.
flip.
We making it closer.
We making it flow. So hyperlocal. You got to put that
hyper on it. That way hyper.
You know what I mean?
Thank you for explaining that. 'Cause for the folks who don't know what hyperlocal, they're like, what that mean?
You got to say it like from the back of your throat.
Hyper. Okay, hyper.
And that is really essential because we're trying to affect or essentially dismantle and dissolve food deserts across the nation. So if we can access things hyper locally, that means we can go closer to procure our goods and breads and handmade goods. Like even that is facilitated on the app. So the app functions like a farmer's market, but it's digital.
So you answer my questions before I can ask them. Because now I'm like, what you offering on this app? Is it medicinal items on this app? Like, is it a pharmacy? We just got produce. We just got, what can we get meat? What is on there, or what you're typically finding is available in your hyperlocal system?
It's basically everything you just mentioned. So herbs, fresh produce, breads, medicines. Again, our response is to the community, and the community by way of 2020 and that beautiful catastrophe that happened, man. It started to wake people up to where they were starting to say, okay, I got to start taking some things into my own hand because I'm not secure in our food system. So the bread, the eggs, the fresh produce, all those things are very much available, but it goes even further than that because when we think of food systems, we got to think broader, right? It's not just, and I think that's what our farm does, Seals Family Farm in Riverdale. We are a farm to kind of showcase and again dismantle what agriculture looks like and kind of make it more appealing and approachable to somebody in a smaller scale. So we show different mechanisms for how to grow, vertical gardening, raised beds, containers, the whole nine. So education is one of those things we don't think about when we talk about the food system because anything you go into, you have to, I'm not going to say get certified in, but you have to at least get the basics down before you start on your journey. Something, not even mastery, because I don't even want to seem like you got. I think that was my faux pas with the whole
how the system set up.
So now the first time you get something that, well, are you a master gardener? Are you? Well, my grandma wasn't no master gardener.
Exactly.
Grandma fed the whole house. You know what I mean? Mr. Larry wasn't no master gardener. He wasn't no rancher. He wasn't nothing. He just had hogs in the backyard. And so I used my vantage point from my family who's predominantly in Mississippi. I got that vantage point from them and seeing how a hyperlocal system really worked. So I was very young at that time. I was probably like 9 or 10. And I just remember people having front yard gardens and so had the hogs. And I remember my mom and them saying, when Mr. Larry processed the pig or the hog, everybody comes out and helps. And I mean, that just gave me
a real community, right in exchange.
That kind of planted that seed in me early. Now, it didn't sprout, it didn't manifest in me or it didn't become available to me until like mid-20s,
so
late 20s.
Am I hearing you say that in addition to like the produce and all the medicines, the herbs and things that you offer, you guys also offer the education portion in this app? Like
Absolutely.
That's also accessible.
Absolutely.
You know, because like how is this beneficial to those who don't grow or those who, you know, getting hip to the system but just like don't know how to get connected or not sure if they ready to trust how getting into this hyperlocal system. Like how is this beneficial for those?
Yeah, for those people, it's just like any starting point. You got to have somebody to. Some people are autodidactic, and they can learn by way of visual.
Yeah.
They can read it. They can watch it on YouTube. I'm like that, so I'm self-taught.
Yeah.
But I understand from that vantage point, that's a specific type of person. Some people are more comfortable if you walk them through it.
Yeah.
They want to see you do it. They want to put their hands on it at the same time you do. So these educational farms or these educational objectives can be reached by way of farms opening up their space. So now it doesn't have a shelf life.
Okay.
You ain't got to rush to put it in the ground when it get cold.
Got you.
And people on their down season, like right now, this is our busiest season of the year because we switch now where everybody slows down and has this big 2-week gap of being off work. Kids are out.
Yeah.
We boot up because now we can facilitate, you know, these learning engagements. And it doesn't have to be just learning. A lot of this stuff is geared towards socials.
Yeah.
Because building that community is that sense of just getting to know one another.
Getting to know
so that's really important as well.
Trust of
to
like,
building that trust that you speak to.
Okay.
So now you come over to my farm and maybe you take a workshop. And or maybe let's say you came to my farm to grab some things because you bought them.
Yeah.
And then we're exchanging stories. You're asking me all these questions. I can walk down what I put in the ground, how I fertilize, how I water. And from there I might be like, well, what are you interested in growing yourself? Well, I got a workshop coming up.
Love it.
So we can plug everything into that Farm Fresh 24/7 app, even education. And one of the main things we plugged in as of late, and again, we are always in response. The call and the response, right? Community is calling, hey, I don't have any space to grow.
Yeah.
I don't have any space. I don't have any land. I'm in an apartment.
Yeah.
We just now put a category with land access. Now, it's not a huge thing. Now, the app is self-driven. It's user-driven, the whole nine.
So it got to take that interaction.
It takes interaction. It takes people to get on the app to say, hey, I have a 1/4 acre that I'm not using on my 1 acre plot.
Wow.
I'm right down the street. If anybody wants to start a community garden, I'm here. If anybody wants to go in 50-50 with me, I'm here. If anybody wants to educate me in time and space, I'm here.
Wow.
So now again, this app is used as a tool to where we can unearth ourselves. That was the biggest problem with me early on with understanding farming to be unsustainable.
Yeah.
And the way we're looking at it, because you know, you naturally do what kids do. I mean, until you know any better, you don't do any better. And so I'm looking at farming like what I see on TV.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's mechanized. I'm thinking it's rows and rows and rows and
you
clean
need all
cut
this land and all this property equipment and all this right here.
And that's not it.
Right.
And this app is built for that space.
Yeah.
This app is built for the 9-to-5 or the person who doesn't necessarily have that masterful hand. But they good enough to pump out some tomatoes. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. I love that because it gives the person who doesn't know, who's trying to know, who doesn't have the opportunity, the space, the time to actually engage and learn the tools they need, get the resources that they're looking for, get the produce of foods that they're looking for, and then become sustainable themselves.
Right.
So in all that I hear you talking about is definitely the interactiveness of this app and that creating a community. So how important is the community developed from this app for you?
The community is key. And it's the glue that holds everything together. It's that binding element. So in the spectrum of foods, and we talking about bread, it's the eggs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's a substitute for egg? Chia seed. It's
the
chia seed. It's the flax seed. It's that thing that keeps everything together. If you don't have that togetherness, it's really just like any other app.
Yeah.
So this app is built to house a community because we're actually positioned. That's why we don't have a chat feed on the app.
Yeah.
We don't have a way for you to voice record and send each other. Like you get in the chat,
make it so that you got to be in community.
You gotta meet up. You gotta meet up,
now.
and we're almost forcing your hand to meet up in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way.
So now you can have somebody who you already know is in your area. Again, we're talking about hyperlocal.
Yeah.
So they're in your area. They share your desires or passions because it's by way of, they say you measure a man, but what he do with his hands.
Exactly.
So now you can see what I'm doing, but with my product. Maybe you ain't made it to my house yet. We met up at Walmart. But you know for sure you buying them greens from me.
Exactly.
And now you're saying, okay, Nate's boy kind of cool. And he in my area.
Yeah.
And
so
now, you know, maybe
let me borrow some
see what else going on.
From your neighbor type situation.
Like
that vibe. Okay.
It's like that because I had to figure it out because I was in my neighborhood knocking on doors, and my whole position was I'm saying Jehovah's Witness. I ain't saying I'm in the hoodest of the hoods, but I'm saying.
But you know, ain't nobody answering that door.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
If it ain't an expected guest, ain't nobody answering the door.
I'm getting peeks through the blinds and everything.
Cut the lights off on
you? All that. Now I'm
stuff.
still going strong. I'm knocking on doors like every Saturday. I sit out 2.5 hours to walk my own neighborhood.
That's what's
I'm peeking in backyards, seeing who got a hydrangea plant in the front. Azalea. I'm knocking on your door.
I know you're interested.
Are you interested?
Let me check.
And I was really spinning my wheels because it was just like I wasn't getting anywhere. You know. Being my stature on the south side again is not. I'm not met with the most hospitable.
Yeah, they're a little cautious before they're hospitable, right?
Yeah. So it was just like, okay, how do I? And we're in the age of the digital world.
Yeah.
And rather than fighting it, it's like we have to understand it. We can use it to our benefit too while we're balancing it out.
Yeah.
So not to be overtaken by technology, but to use technology to find each other. And now I'm telling people, get to know each other by way of the app, but it's imperative that you jump off the app and then start to interact
and build
together.
That community.
And that's where this collectively sustainable thing comes in.
Yeah.
So I had to really create that by way of, again, the community.
Yeah.
I'm fielding what they're saying, and I'm like, man, I want to help Nation Boy. How can I help? I'm in another state. So now I have the reach in Atlanta to reach who I'm here, you know, who's in this vicinity, in my geographical arena is what I like to say. So I can host workshops and show you what I did and that. But these other folks that I'm meeting on TikTok and social media, they're like, how can you help me? I'm way out here. And how can I be of service? I'm way out here. And I was like, okay, well, let me create something that kind of respects this whole movement and the culture we're building, and then it extends to where you can just be a part of it. It's like a football jersey right now, right? We plan to do some different things as far as edifying.
I trust you on it. Go ahead.
As far as like edifying what we're going to build with collectively sustainable, it's still in this fledgling state. It's still very brand new, but I did it so that people can wear it. And when you see somebody now, and I learned that from just being here a long time ago. When people come from overseas, Jamaica, the Caribbean, anywhere, any country, they come over and the first thing you do, they slap a bumper sticker with their flag on it. They wear their jackets. They represent.
Always.
So you could be in the grocery store, total strangers. You meet one and y'all best friends now by way of that. This is the same thing that this community is doing with collectively sustainable. So if you had this sweatshirt on and you see me and you
we affiliated.
You already finna approach me. We partners now. You know what I mean? It's that quick because there's nobody jumping on this app who isn't trying to change the trajectory of the food system.
So that's a good that helped me out right to lead me into my next question. So who would you say is this beneficial to the most? Like what type of community or people you want in this community or feel that may not be a good fit for this community?
I say anybody who's doing the work. It's really simple because it's so simple. It's difficult for some, man. I don't know how that works.
Because I'm finna say, like, doing the work sounds simple enough, but when in real life, when you know, for me, I'm a small business owner, right? I also do a part-time job. You know, I don't have a family, but think about those who got a family. You know what I'm saying? And even if I may have a space and I may start and I may get interested, how to sustain that, even with the collective sustainable. Definitely, the group and the community helps encourage me, keeps me motivated, keeps me educated, keeps me abreast and connected, right? But for those out there who are like leery and feel like I can't do this with my schedule, right? How I'm gonna make this happen for me? But I really know this the move. You know, I know this the way to go. I need to get connected. How you speak to them people? And
that's basically the community that we're talking about. So though I was in that same position as a homeschooling father of 4 and working a full-time job and then running a farm part-time. It's
Don't
literally the desire. I mean, we're going to keep it 55th Street, what Cuz say. We're going to keep it 55th.
Come on now.
You got to have it in your soul. It got to be in your spirit.
Yeah.
This is not for the faint of heart. This is for the frontiersmen and women.
Exactly.
Like it's something so big and so vast, like changing the food system. Like that's huge. It's going to take a certain type of person up front.
Yeah.
Now, once it gets rolling, it's going to be available for everybody because we're going to have framework together.
Yeah.
But for right now, the people who are on this app are the people who are going the hardest.
Yeah.
They're waking up earlier in the morning to make their sourdough bread.
Yeah.
They're staying up later to watch videos on how to transplant this or how to
do that,
store this properly.
Yeah.
They're learning how to can and things like. And again, that community, collectively sustainable, it works to expedite that learning curve. So again, I was by myself in Atlanta with my wife, of course. But we're trying to learn all these things. We started a phone, and I don't have no background in this.
Yeah.
My folks from Mississippi, I just saw it when I was a kid. Everything else self-taught. And I started in my mid-20s.
Yeah.
By way of a therapeutic aspect. And I really loved the journey.
Yeah,
right? So it was like for PTSD, but I really loved it. And I was just learning. YouTube University, I always say YouTube University all the way through and through. Again, a testament to the technological era.
Yeah.
And with this collectively sustainable movement, it puts you in not affiliation, but in community with people who might already have those skills.
That's what I was just finna say. Like,
they might already have
it's achievable, and then you can even learn more by getting into that community.
And then what if
down to how to manage that time and sustain.
Yeah, and what if the management is, hey, guess what, Sam? You ain't got to do so much.
Yeah,
I got that.
Yeah.
Don't grow no more tomatoes. I'm gonna grow enough tomatoes for you, enough peppers for you, and enough cabbage for you.
Yeah.
And in exchange, I need you to grow some herbs for me. I need this yarrow. I need these medicinal herbs.
Okay, I love that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so now it's just reconstructing what it looks like. And again, this is the construct of collectively sustainable. That word in and of itself details the whole movement.
Yes,
it's not self-sustainable anymore, because with self-sustainable, you're only looking at what you can do. But we're not built like that. Human beings are not built to be by ourselves.
Creatures.
We're social creatures. Social.
Yeah, literally.
So literally, like meeting up and exchanging information, interacting is critical within our development. So again, that collectively sustainable modality steps in.
Yeah.
Using Farm Fresh as the tool. Now you found me. And now you get over here, and I'm like, well, hey, we're doing something next week. You should come on
with
through.
The community.
You got kids? We got a homeschooling group. Yeah. So now again, it breaks off past food systems, and it goes into my mechanic is somebody who I met off the app.
Wow.
My mechanic, my soap.
It extends beyond
just that, because
now you got the community,
food.
And now every resource or skill that person in the community has now becomes a part of something available to you too.
That's
dope.
And so to speak to what your point was. The actual people that are on this app right now, the people that we're looking for are the self-starters.
Yeah.
They're the people who are, they got the gusto to say,
the initiative.
This bread is not molding. I done had it for 2 months. Something's up. Okay, I'm gonna start baking bread.
My own bread, got it.
Okay, something's up with the kale, or they spraying this what is it? The peel.
Some kind of pesticide they put on everything.
They put the peel stuff on stuff now, and this is like okay, and I call it the theory of the necessary evil.
Yeah,
and I believe that. And you see it in real life. Folks don't really straighten up until some kind of pain. It's unfortunate. But some people got to hear the doctor say, "Hey, you got about to have this happen, or you got this, and you need to do." Some people got to go all the way there.
Yeah,
I'm saying the folks who on this app ain't. No.
These are proactive folks. These folks who are proactive instead of reactive. Because that's how we condition in this world to be reactive to things.
That's it.
And so we got to be more proactive.
And that's the people on this app. They're the ones who are denouncing convenience. They're rejecting the food that's just at the store because it's cheaper price. They're taking a stance.
Boom, I like that.
They're taking a stance.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to dance around that revolutionary aspect, but it's really like we're saying that I'm not going to wait for legislature to pass down. I'm not going to wait for somebody to make it a document to say I have to do it. I'm not going to wait for somebody to encourage me to do it. I'm literally going to do it because it's in my own best interest.
Exactly.
And now I see you on this app too, and you in my area. I'm already knowing your mentality. And I have yet to find somebody that came to our farm and got into a dialogue that I'm like, oh, these are the type of people I'm into. I haven't found it yet. And it's so beautiful because even when somebody comes in to grab something from our farm, they're coming bearing gifts already. So it's that bartering system, that mechanism's already built in there.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful construct. It balances between both spectrums of where we are at social economically.
Yeah.
So we can have something for price. So if you're a small farm and you're looking for people to buy your stuff, again, this is a big spotlight on you saying, hey, I'm here in a community now that's on this app that's saying we're looking for this stuff.
I got you.
Right? So now that's for a price. But if you're somebody who's a consumer, you don't necessarily have anything to offer as of yet. Maybe you're on your journey. And that's one of the things too. I'm telling everybody, it's so big of a venture we're diving into or bringing to life. Everybody has a place.
Yeah.
Everybody has their specific thing. And I tell people, it's only one you.
Yeah.
You got to do your thing.
Yeah.
And maybe the thing isn't that you love it so much or you're crazy about it. It's your soul calling.
Yeah.
But maybe it's that I eat bread every week.
And I know that.
I eat eggs every week.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just bet on raising my own chickens or making my own bread to benefit my body. And then I'm going to make extra for my community. So that side of it has to manifest. But that's, again, that learning curve. So while you're still trying to add your value to the system, but you're somebody who's conscientious about your consumption. Yeah. You're mindful about what you're putting into your body. And now your dollars transition over here to this farm. And now it's functioning to where it's feeding each other.
How the app is making living healthy, sustainable, practical. It's not making it so hard because so much we see it advertised constantly. You know, everybody live off the grid, may do this, do that, and for those consuming, so to speak, it seems like it's just like impossible to do. It's such a great feat. But what you're saying is this app, which then it creates a community, is now allowing for the practicality of it at any level. Whether you are a baby introduction or you a master. You know what I'm saying? Any level, you self-taught or you done went to school for it, you got something to contribute. That's beautiful. So now let's get back to this business aspect because I am a small business owner. Okay. So how is this beneficial to those who have value-added products, who are using the produce? Say, okay, as a business owner, I'm getting the produce from you guys, right? I need that. But then now if I in turn want to sell my product on this, how is this advantageous for those who are trying to sell and, get their product out there, get that recognition, just kind of go into that a little bit more.
Yeah, so basically, again, the app is going to put a spotlight on you. Yeah. So again, the age of technology, the digital world.
Yes, that's
if you ain't got no social media popping, you ain't in them streets like that. That's your word to mama.
That ain't your life.
That word to mama now.
Life.
Right. So it's like this app again shines light on your business and it's already putting you in an intentional community. Yeah. So it's like it's that easy. Like you're going to a football game and you have jerseys to sell. Yeah. You're probably going to sell your jersey. You can't go to the grocery store and sell jerseys. You probably have a less likely chance to sell the jersey. You're literally taking your added value product, putting it on Front Street, and now all these people around this hyperlocal arena and worldwide, so they can expand the radius if they're shippable. Yeah. Right? And so let's say you're a small business and you already got an Etsy shop. Yeah. Let's play with that idea. We're not even trying to say, oh, you got to do all transactions on. No, our app is 100% free to download from Google and Apple stores.
Ooh, shakalaka.
Free to post like Facebook Marketplace.
Ain't nothing in life free.
Right. And, we're going to get there where we can make some money, but first things is place.
Yeah,
you know community. What I mean? We got to build this community. Yeah. And so, again, now you're on this intentional communities app. Yeah. And you're putting your things out without a huge following on social network, but you're able to be seen by so many people on the app. So the more people that spread the word about the app, thus the stronger our connections become, and now it rains on your business in the same way.
I love, because the key thing you said in all of that, I mean, everything you said was beautiful, but was the intentionality. You got a community that's intentionally looking for value-added products, who are looking for fresh produce, who are looking for fresh stuff that is not over-processed, that is not got these shelf lives and it ain't molded. You know what I'm saying? Who's not over-processed. Like, you really looking for that. So intentionality is the key in using this app and even being a business on the app. Knowing that the people that are there are definitely going to be looking for that type of product.
And then let's say this. So let me tie it all the way up. So even let's say, again, you're a business, you already got an Etsy shop or you already got your own website. You just don't have any traffic because your social media is lacking. Yeah. You can come to the app, post something, post all your products, make a post for each one. It doesn't matter. And you can hyperlink your business website or your Etsy shop so they can then go back for logistic wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're not even trying to fulfill all the things. We're just saying, hey, we're here to help you guys find each other. That's the main thing.
Wow. Okay.
So if all your items are still, on your website, it's not a problem. We're just letting people see where you are.
So tell me a little bit more. I kind of experienced going to a growers exchange. Now, is that just like a monthly market you do where y'all can do live interactions as far as the community coming together? Tell me more about what the growers exchange that derived from the Farm Fresh app. Tell me about that.
So the growers exchange was basically I thought about it, and again, that social aspect is critical. I learned that over 8 years of building community. I'm like, you can't get anywhere unless y'all are socially introduced and aligned in some form or fashion, because it has to overstep the money in the product.
Yeah, you
know what I mean?
Yeah. Got to be deeper than that.
Got to be deeper than that.
Yeah.
So I started the Growers Exchanges at our own farm, small gathering, and what we did was just take the families that we knew that had things, that grew things from the app, and we just pulled them into our space.
Gotcha.
And from there, we just started, communicating. Everybody kind of free for all, talk to everybody. The kids are playing. It just creates that energy of community, and that's what people are looking for now. Like that's the top priority for most people is, hey, I got to find my tribe.
Yes.
I got to find the folks who also see that the food system is trash, and
I need something else.
Yeah, we some riders.
Yeah.
So I need to find them folks. And when you get in the spaces with them people, it just magnifies the intention. And so we went from our first Growers Exchange of last year, spring of last year. Oh, no. It was, I think we did it in fall of last year. It was just one, and we just threw it out there. And it was like 15 families. It was a wonderful time. So our last one, which was August or October, something. It just happened. And it was about 70 people there.
Wow.
So that's just in a year of us just spreading the word organically.
Yeah.
It's organic. And we got people wanting to facilitate and host it and things like that. So we're kind of spreading the love around. And even with that intentional community, we can kind of break off. And it's called the theory of micro solidarity.
Okay.
So it's like a clique within the clique.
Yeah.
So we all represent this. This the jersey.
This the flag. This the country.
This the country.
Right.
But in between that, I'm on the south side, you on the south side, and we speak the same twang.
Yeah.
Now we gonna meet up more than anybody.
Exactly.
And now that's when you start to dive into, hey, well, let's organize. I'm gonna come to your house, and we're gonna all come in and put 2 hours in at your spot, and till up the land, and or maybe it's an in-person workshop that I can present to the community, and then 2 weeks later we're gonna visit somebody else, and now we can have this kind of round robin
in the south side area, and then somebody else
could be on the west, somebody else
north, east side. Boom.
So that's how we doing it. Again, it's just really just organizing, because they say we ain't outnumbered, we're out organized.
What? So we got to plot.
That's all we trying to do is plot, plan, and strategize. And what Killer might say, mobilize
and mobilize at the same thing. That's what the app helped do.
That's what
mobilize.
The app is.
So with the Growers Exchange, is it just straight exchange, or what type of things are you exchanging? Is there also purchasing? Kind of go into that a little bit.
Yeah. So that third area that I didn't mention, I mentioned the businesses earlier benefiting, the consumer benefiting.
Exactly.
Then the third party is what we are, which is homesteaders.
Yeah.
And that bartering mechanism plays in with the app as well. So when people come down, I typically don't even want to trade dollar for dollar.
Let's go.
Just because I'm trying to go ahead and get in the rhythm.
A whole new world.
In a whole new. Come on, sing that song. So it's like I want to get in the rhythm.
Yeah.
Already. So they say you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
And
I'm just saying the money looking funny.
Yeah.
You find me.
I feel you.
The money looking funny.
I think you. And, that's why I wanted to go there. Let's go.
So for us as a farm, we're gonna venture more into bartering.
Yes.
So when people hit me up on the app, I'm like, "What you got?"
Yeah. So just straight up, what you got?
I don't need no money. I don't need no diamonds. I don't need no
pearls.
Gold, no pearl. What you got? So that's how we like to operate.
Yeah.
So that was the premise of the Growers Exchange initially.
Yeah, okay.
And what I realized, again, it was so many people who wanted to play a part and wanted to be a part of the movement. This was collectively sustainable. I had thought of this idea.
All the way.
So I was like, okay, how do I readjust to where somebody who's not necessarily in that space yet, where they feel confident to have an item, to where they can still, jump in and still add value.
Support or be a part of it, yeah.
We switched it over from just bartering to a bartering/market.
Got you.
And we call it a people's market.
Okay.
So we did open the doors, but again, it's a wonderful way to kind of add that value for smaller businesses, smaller farms who do need the dollar.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to kind of have some other stuff going on, but I'm saying I want to be sustainable. We have to be sustainable in any position that we're in. So again, that money pouring into those farms helps them tremendously, and then the farms pouring into the people by way of this fresh, nutrient-dense produce.
That's what's up. I love that, because I wanted you to talk to those who say, I still need that dollar though in real life. I still got to pay Georgia Power.
For real.
Still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't swap it out with them fellas.
I can work with some bartering on some of this stuff, but in real life, I need to sell my product.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need to sell my clothing or whatever. So I love that you said that y'all opened it up. Y'all have expanded it to that, and it caters to all that.
Absolutely.
So that's what's up. So now tell me a little bit more about what's important to you. Is it more about the community or the app being a market for a marketplace? What's you going with there?
I think, to me, the community reigns supreme. The community reigns supreme. If the app, again, we have apps out there already. It's nothing like we're not this is nothing new. Yeah. This is very much just specific, intentional. Yeah. So you have OfferUp, you have Facebook Marketplace, you had Craigslist back in the day. Exactly. The problem with those things is they're everywhere. You have used cars, you have used clothes, you have food, you have just books. Variety. It's everything. So it's really, it gets clogged up. It gets jumbled up really, really quickly. But this app is basically meant to just be about the food system in a sustainable food system.
It has a target.
So the app, as just a marketplace, it serves some utility, but again, that community is it's necessary. Yeah. You need to have a community so that they know, or that even as a small business owner, I know I got 20 families a month who's going to support me with my cornbread muffins, who's going to support me with my meals that heal. Yeah. And so now, if I can get 20 families to pour in, and that's kind of where the collectively sustainable edifice really shows its form. Yeah. It's a culture.
It's a culture.
It's a culture. We damn near taking a pact saying, now we're going to support each other.
First and foremost.
It's 5 of us families here. If you do this, and I do this, we're going to make a pact that we're going to bounce this thing around before it bounce out. Yeah, yeah. And we done heard about them communities that do it. Yeah. And that's how you circulate the money in your environment. So, again, that's just a beautiful way to do it. And the community aspect is really key. It's critical.
That's critical.
It's critical. It's really what separates us from a lot of other apps that's out there that are kind of doing the same thing. Yeah. In a respectful way. Yeah. Because we need everybody on the board. And if somebody else got an app that does something similar and people can get food from other people direct to consumer, hand to hand, that's what we want. But our app is really intentionally built to facilitate that community. It's the culture of it. It's the community. That's how I met my soap lady. That's how I met my bread lady. And that's kind of how I went out into the neighborhood. Instead of knocking on doors, I got on these other apps like Facebook Marketplace. And I was finding people who baked bread or had milk. And I go out to patronize. Boom, I'm coming out with my dollars. And as I'm peeping what they got going on, I'm dropping little nuggets like, but I got this. And, we got this farm over here. We got da-da-da. So they're like, so it's just like, you just, again, start to unearth those people with the other app, and we get them in one spot versus trying to have comb through all this stuff through OfferUp. So we just putting it in one spot.
Making
one
it
shop,
narrow, focus.
one stop, one shop.
Yeah, that's what's up. I love that. So how has the app, as well as, collectively sustainable, the community, how has that, influenced or affected or even strengthened your family? You a family man. Yeah. You say you got 4 children. Good Lord.
Yeah, good,
and,
good bloodline.
Your wife, beautiful wife.
Bloodline.
Good bloodline. So tell me how they're involved, as well as how it's affected or influenced your family.
I'll tell you a real life story. So again, I cranked up this whole thing. It was just me in Atlanta. So when people get on the app right now, you'll see a lot of Atlanta or Metro Atlanta area, because it started here. We're starting to branch out everywhere though. It's moving pretty fast.
That's what's up.
So I initially started it out, and I was the farm with the resources. I was the educational resources. I had the compost. I was showing people how to make raised beds. I had raised bed wood. I had drills that you could borrow. I had everything. Yeah. So for all these years, I was just pouring into the community. I was showing up to be that aid, to showing up. So I'm on one side of that spectrum, like showing how collectively sustainable works and how, look, I got you. Don't worry about it. Hey, don't buy that. I got a trailer. I'll go get it for you.
It's another way we could do this.
Yeah. So boom, that's how I showed. So recently, very recently, it's been not even a month ago, I lost almost 90% of all of our protein. So we're homesteaders again. So we function like a homestead. We're a farm by USDA and the educational aspect of agriculture, but our actual land plot functions like a homestead, which is we try to not outsource is
eat off the land.
Yeah, so we try to do everything we can.
Make it plain. You know, we got some.
Yeah. I'm not apologist. Thank you.
Everybody know what that homestead mean all the time. Make it plain.
So that's it. We eat off the land. Yeah. So anything we grow, we consume. We don't look to sell it first.
Gotcha.
Right. So our protein, which is our sheep, we had chickens or egg layer chickens, and we had meat birds, and a pack of dogs got in, some pit bulls. You know how it go in the. That's how it go.
That's the trouble with the South Side.
You already know what time it is. So they came in as a pack and tore us apart. I mean, and I was gone for an hour and a half. It was horrible.
Wow.
It was horrible. It was tumultuous. And the whole time I'm just sitting there like, man, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I kind of made my peace with it, but to speed the story up, so that happened. I came home to all that catastrophe. I caught my community member who lives right there. Again, that hyper locality being key.
Boom, being close.
Somebody close enough can hear what's going on, can come over, hop the fence, or drive around.
Yeah.
And Cullo, that's his name. Shout out to my brother Cullo.
Cullo, come on, Cullo.
He pulled up on me, and he's first on the scene. And we're walking through. Now I done sent the dogs to the upper room already. I done caught them. I had to go ahead and pay my respect. You know what I mean? We all about that balance. Yeah, all dogs go to heaven. That's what they say. But I had to do it just in spectrum of you know, systems, man. And that's how I feel.
It's the circle of life. It's
circle of life. So after that, I assessed the damage they got through all of our sheep. All of our sheep were gone. All of our egg layers were killed. Some of our meat birds were gone. We lost 90%. That hit hard. Again, my brother Cullo came over. He came over grabbed a pickaxe, grabbed a shovel. We started, digging the holes, and I'm like, it's happened to me before. So that's always one of the things, but it's still jarring to know that amount of devastation happened.
Exactly.
But we started digging the holes and getting everything squared away. He like, man, you should record this, bro. He was like, you should record this because people need to see both sides of how this lifestyle plays out. We always seeing on social media the glamorous aspect.
Exactly. I mean,
Joker don't want to show them.
They
don't want to show you when them potatoes didn't come in. Or them tomatoes
and you
had
relying
that.
on them. Exactly.
Come on, man. So again, this is a real movement, real people, real community. So he was like, they deserve to see it because this is what the community is about.
Exactly.
I did a video. I didn't edit it. I threw it out there. And I was saying it like how the response was. It was like, cuz who you remember that boat, that Alabama boat thing? Fiasco. Where's it, Alabama? It was like Mobile. Cuz threw that hat in the air.
It was over.
So that's how it was. I threw the video out there. And next thing I know, folks was sliding down the driveway.
Wow.
I didn't respond to anything. I wasn't responding to calls. Of course, my head is going all over the place. But folks are literally sliding down the driveway because they know where I stay.
Community.
They know how to get to me.
Bam.
They know what not to do. They know what to do.
They know what you need.
They know what I need.
Even if it's labor. I love that you said your boy pulled up and helped with the labor.
With the labor.
That's the ground root. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I need some extra protein. But I also need help with the labor. We got to get all this stuff cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? I got to make way for when it's going to come in. Okay. That's
and so that was it. Like that really showed me like I was on the receiving end for the first time ever. And again, this is not even a month ago. I was on the receiving end of the community now. And I mean, I never felt so secure in my life.
Wow.
Even with all that happening, I mean, the next day we had it flooded with people trying to donate layer chickens.
Shoot, insurance companies don't move that fast when you lose
something. Come on with it. Come on, you got to get on trial to get the insurance to break.
Yeah. You got to bring documents and proof, police reports.
I'm talking about the community showing up, giving us 2 and 3 birds out of their flock.
Wow.
And it add up to 20. I'm talking about folks saying, hey, I got goats for you. I got turkeys for you. I got a pig for you, pot belly if you want it. And I'm saying it made me feel the best ever because now full circle, I understand that this is a functioning system that's tried and true. I can speak from that authority. Like, now,
I've seen it happen.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's beautiful because, like you said, you was pouring in, but you set that example. You showed them how if I pour in, when I need you again or when you need me again, I got you. And that's that foundation, that community. That's important. I see that.
I'm gonna say this. That's that mechanism of sustainability, and I think that's why I coined this name collectively sustainable. You have to pour in first. And that's what I kind of tell people. Okay, you want somebody who bakes bread to join the app. Don't just send them a dry ass message saying, hey, I ain't got this. No, go in with your money out. Go in with your hands full. I'm going to support you first. I'm going to grab the bread. I'm going to eat the bread. I'm going to say, hey, I love the bread. Hey, you should try this app because there's more people out. That's been the 1 and 2.
I can definitely attest to that because that's pretty much how I got connected to the local farmers I know. I came bearing gifts. I came, let me help with labor. I came bringing cornbread. I had everybody gonna eat that cornbread now. You're gonna eat that cornbread. But, I came, because I didn't have much of the growing knowledge. I had the desire. And like you said, from the jump, it was for me to be a therapeutic aspect. But then I loved it. And I was like, And I was like, then I got discouraged because I'm like, man, I ain't got no space to grow. I ain't got no acre. I ain't got no home. I wasn't a homeowner at the time. I'm renting. I'm like, how can I do this? I learned how to do bucket gardening, you know what I'm saying, and raise beds and like doing stuff that's mobile. Like, so it really was something that was beneficial for me, even on just a learning aspect and just on a growing aspect for that way and being a part of that community. But I came, like you said, pouring in and was able to receive so much back. So that's beautiful.
Nah, that's the number one mechanism. And I tell people that all the time, like, don't go in thinking it's just finna run by itself. It needs your input. It needs you. So again, it's back to you. Like, if you stepping in that realm to be a part of this community, you got to come in with your hands full before you can pull out some.
But in real life, that's how all systems work. You got to give to take. You know what I'm saying?
That's
it's a give and take situation. But this one is just more give and take, and it is about us and us governing ourselves and being more sustainable on our own independently.
Right.
Of these systems that, like we said, won't even pay you out as soon as you lose everything.
Yeah, not for real.
These systems that ain't really about your bottom line, but their bottom line. And I love that collectively sustainable. The Farm Fresh app is about our bottom line. You as an individual, you as a farm, you as a business. It's about everyone's bottom line collectively. That's what's up.
Absolutely.
What's
up. It's a saying by Mama Soul and say that the hand that we need is at the end of our own sleeves.
What? Come on.
So I always approach it like that. Yeah, let me just
give it that some hand. Give it a little
that's how it goes. So it's like really one hand washing the other.
Yeah.
And they both wash the face. It's literally for us by us. As much as you put in is as much as you're gonna get out. Or not even as much. You're gonna get out way more. Because how did that work for you?
Yeah.
With just going in with the muffins and bringing your gifts to the table.
I learned so much. I felt bad because I'm like, all I got is a little meal of cooking. That when I remember I hit you up first time. You was like way before we thought about it. You got to this point. You was like, what do you bring? I was like, I can cook. I know I can cook. I got mental health. I ran off, what I had because I'm like, at some point it's gonna be useful. You know what I'm saying? But it's all I got. I'm gonna bear it out here.
Absolutely.
And you take what you can from it, whether it's the bread, whether it's cooking, whether it's just the labor, whatever you needed. But I gained so much back in return. It worked out so well because, like I said, I got the education, I got the support, I got the the income for the support for my business as well.
Absolutely.
So it worked out in just total. Like even just the community of like-minded people where we can have conversations of how to make this thing grow or strengthen it, you know what I'm saying, build it up, like who ready to move, who ready, like you said, be proactive, who wants to be proactive in this thing.
And that's the key, just linking the proactive folks together, forming that Voltron, you know what I mean, big old bot, man, swinging big old sword.
Exactly.
And it's just like that's where we at right now. It's literally us joining arms together
and linking up,
and we can just keep on doing it in across the globe. I was telling people, like, this is theoretically this is how we can create our own trade lines. So if somebody has I use this example, if somebody has a mango farm, because I know a guy, Andre the farmer from TikTok. I never met him in person, because got the mangoes in Florida.
Exactly.
And I'm saying we might need them. We might need them. Soul Gardener. She got the mango. She gonna have a whole mango orchard.
Exactly.
So I'm saying now we can kind of already, by way of this collectively, this team, this banner we're waving.
Yeah.
Now we can kind of say, okay, well, you got them there. Let me get it up to Fort Lauderdale. And from Fort Lauderdale, they're going to come to Albany, Georgia. And then Albany, Georgia, we're going to
and maybe along that pipeline, you building, you picking up more stuff. You exchanging for more stuff.
That's it. That's really what we need. Again, my business partner, Damien, he started saying Farm Fresh 24/7 Express. Farm Fresh Express.
Just speak it out. Claim
it.
Proclaim
Farm Fresh Express. And this is where we use our social media platforms to spread the message about Farm Fresh 24/7. Spread the message about Hyperlocal food system. Spread the message about what we're standing on.
Yeah.
Cause so you got to stand on it.
You got
10 on.
10 down.
So we standing on it. This is the culture. We're creating it. And now we're going out and finding, again, that unearthing element.
Yeah.
We have to find these farmers. A lot of these farmers, the ones that really are already used to working the land, already got generational land passed down, they don't use social media.
Yeah, because they working. They got time. Nobody got time for that.
So it's like we need people in every area to put out the message so these folks get touched. They get on this app. And now, again, the farmer who's in rural Georgia with population of their whole county 3,000, can't nobody find you, man. Ain't nobody finna see you.
You got to come on.
But on this app, you got chicken, you got beef, you got pork. Oh, you the man.
You the man. And you slaughter and barter.
Come on, slaughter and barter. Slaughter and barter. That's the new thing.
Yeah, that's the new thing.
So you finna be the big kahuna.
Yeah.
You finna be the big guy.
Yeah.
And it's just that quick. And
again,
it's
thinking of it like that. You know, if I got all the meat, but I know I need greens. I can't eat the meat by itself. You see what I'm saying? I need grains. I need bread. I need eggs. I can, you know what I'm saying? I can go holler at somebody in the pipeline, somebody on the app. They'd be like, okay, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got all the herbs you need. I got all the greens you need. I got all the produce you need. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. That's the beauty of it.
Even with those trade lines, that's what I envision. I envision smaller gardens and homesteads utilizing the app to connect with each other and begin the buying or bartering scenario. But of course, being that we're in a densely populated area like Atlanta, there's no way for our micro farms in Atlanta to facilitate
that, right now.
So we still need to reach back to those rural farms and establish those. So I'm proposing that the micro farms, urban farms in Atlanta, connect with the rural farms, and now it's a drop-off destination. So that same farm with the chicken and beef and the pork, because typically what you find is the farms, they're going to specialize in something. Those big old farms, they don't grow everything like a homestead. No, they're gonna have 5 things. They might even just have 1. But you're gonna now be able to facilitate that connection by a small farm. So now we're pouring into these small family owned. I ain't talking about the rural farms with the big mechanized, the stuff that been spraying the Monsanto.
With 18 John Deere's.
We ain't talking about them
sprays
dudes. We talking about real family owned operations. Passed
organic
down,
and sustainable.
Sustainable. We're getting to pour into them now. Now what we can't raise in the city area, namely the protein, the meat. Now we're able to go back and grab that from them.
And also, what we have in the city is the people who need it.
We have the people.
We got the community. So even though we can't grow on a larger scale, we still got the consumers for it. You know what I'm saying? That need it, whether it is barter or trade, you know, or purchasing directly. So I love that. Yeah, definitely connect to these rural farms. So rural farmers out there, get locked into the Farm Fresh 24/7, because I'm telling you, it's where you need to be.
Farm Fresh Express, man.
Let's
use our social media, spread the movement, spread the message, spread the app, and we got them farmers down there, man. You really got to pull up on them.
Yeah, you do.
So we really got to trickle down, call cuz and them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Cuz, hey, holla at Mr. Johnny.
Yeah.
Tell the church.
Tell the church.
You know what I mean? Like we got to get everybody on
them in there.
It only makes us stronger.
It does.
Again, it's just one hand washing the other. We bringing the money and the people. They bringing the products.
Yeah.
And it's just, and again, we can get as sophisticated as we choose.
And it's sovereignty. It's you govern your own self. Again, let me I just want to know how your family, your children are involved in this, and just even from homesteading to the app to how much value is it for children, for families?
That is a beautiful point. Y'all ain't even expect that question.
You ain't ready,
so
I be ready.
Yeah, you ready? You stay ready. So basically for the kids, our kids definitely are involved in the day-to-day activities of the farm. I'm talking about from learning how to fertilize the plants, the NPK, how to make it, how to make your lactobacillus. Like I teach them everything.
Yeah.
Even bread making. So with the Growers Exchange, it sparked all the kids, but my daughter mainly, Brooklyn. My baby girl, she's very ambitious. And so when she see parents doing something, she gonna get on her too. So she been making lemonade and putting it out on the app.
That's what's
we
up.
bought a bread maker. And it's one of those high-tech bread makers. You can put all the ingredients in, wet and dry,
and it just going to make the dough.
And it does it all in one. So you just pressing one button.
Oof,
boom, it's done. So now it's $100, little change. But now the kids have some kind of sovereignty as well. So when they want to make extra money, they can go make them some bread. They can go make their lemonade with the herbs in the front. They basil rosemary lemonade.
Come on, children entrepreneurship.
Childrenpreneurs. So we're involving them in that process. So it's embedded in them early. Like come in, understanding that you got to have something.
That's beautiful.
But even then, I was thinking about the kids because convenience is one of those things. I said before, where we're at right now, we're the frontiersmen. We have to battle convenience. We have to make a 30-minute trip to get bread, possibly. So we just buy extra bread. I'm going to make this 30-minute trip once a month. I'm going to get 10 of these low. They're going to go in the freezer. I want it to be so where we populate this app and it's so densely populated that now we can have lines set up to where maybe the kids on the scooters around Atlanta, them folk be on the little scooters, the moped. So it's like we can get the kids some kind of a green job. Maybe it's the barter and you're taking this to this. But the kids are getting to do it. So now we're again getting the kids. I'm looking at it from that perspective again because we're talking about community. And I got a 16-year-old who want to work a job. And there's no jobs for him to work. Or few and far in between. The jobs I used to have as a kid are now adults. Because of our economy. So it's giving the kids some kind of leeway to kind of make some extra change too. I foresee it being that business model to where again a pedal bike with a cart behind it can now be the thing that circulates around the whole community, around the neighborhood, and delivers these groceries to each other. That's kind of just one of them things out there.
That's what's up. So this is like ultimately establishing its own economy within itself.
That's it.
And something that is sustainable amongst the people who are doing it. But you got to buy in. You got to buy in by giving in.
Got to buy in, and that's literally what it is. It is a parallel economy. Parallel economy, and that's why I speak on straddling both sides. The parallel economy then has its own parallel within it. That's that Fibonacci, man. Golden ratio. But it's like.
Come on.
We're over here starting something new, but we need to still straddle the fiat currency.
We got to work within our system.
But if things get shaky enough to where the fiat currency plummets or tanks all of a sudden, we still have our infrastructure tight because the people who make things.
But that's how dismantling happens. You got to blow up what's already there.
You got to.
But you got to come with a building of something else, right? You know what I'm saying? So we already building and getting something that's going to be sustainable, that's operable, and then if was something to fall down, if and when in my life, if and when it fall down, crash, you got a backup. You already know what you can do and how to make this a reliable resource.
Stay ready.
Stay ready. Yeah, that's what's up. That's that proactiveness. That's staying focused and engaging. So what's the end goal, your bottom line? What would you foresee, you and your business partner, foresee the end of this being? The Farm Fresh 24/7 app, you said something about Farm Fresh Express, as well as what the end goal for Collectively Sustainable. What would you like ideally for this to be?
The end goal is to have the app populated so much so that you're shopping within your neighborhood. That you're going and building
Kroger.
These relationships, not Kroger.
Not Publix.
It's even closer than that.
It's even closer.
It's even
out
closer.
Your
you
doorway.
can walk to folks and get your stuff. That's where we're going to where any kind of movement, it needs that sustainable mechanism to survive. And food is necessary. So if we build our movement based on food, that means we can transcend anywhere because at the end of the day, we're sustainable. So I see this movement growing to a capacity where it's a household movement, it's a household name, and everybody understands the stewardship construct as it pertains to our culture.
Yeah.
And everybody comes in buying into the culture of collectively sustainable by way of the app Farm Fresh 24/7.
I love that. I love that. So give us all your social media. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to have to pick your brain some more because I know this thing going to grow and I want to see it take off. I want to be a part of it. So I just definitely want, others to get in while the ground is building up.
Absolutely.
So tell us about your social.
Main one that I use, I got Southside Nature, Sears Family Farm on IG. But the main one that I've been really rolling with is at TikTok. And we do a Food System Friday at 10 a.m. every Friday. Farm Fresh _ATL, I believe, or Farm Fresh 24_7 -ATL is my TikTok name.
Gotcha.
And that's where we kind of get down to the nuts and bolts a little more fluently, because that's kind of where the community is built. So check me out on TikTok, and yeah, that's it.
You got a website. Definitely tell them how they can download this app.
Again, the app Farm Fresh 24/7, available on Google and Apple stores, free to download. Just download it to your phone. You can create a profile for free and just start to upload your items or shop for your items. And it's that simple. It's not even a me thing so much so as a we thing. So I rather the app and that little TikTok to be the avenues in which we can engage each other.
I suggest get the app just to go ahead and have it, browse it, learn it, get familiar with it. And then go ahead and follow my boy on TikTok, so then you can start seeing the benefits or the uses of this app, what you can get out of it. And then when you're ready, come on and join. Be prepared with your arms ready to give and ready to receive. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Sam's Soul to Go, Sam's Soul _TOGO on IG. We got the meals that heal, and you definitely gonna eat your cornbread with that vegan sweet potato cornbread, always and forever.
Talk that talk.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all. We out of here.
We out of here. Peace, love, and blessings.
My partner.
All right.